Hey everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King and our Tauren Warrior playthrough. That's right, today on the Wrath of the Lich King wildcard character spot, it is the Warrior that's up. We got this guy to level 72, and then we kind of abandoned him, and that was pretty rude. So today we are jumping back on him, similar to how we got back on the Rogue recently. And we're going to try him out. See how he's doing, see how we're feeling about the class. Let's head over to the Transitus Shield, I believe. Yeah, we have a couple of things over here to turn in, apparently. We did a dungeon run the last time we were on, and we never turned them in. We also have a couple of quests back out front here we might have to check out at some point. But yeah, thank you guys for clicking on the video and joining me here today. I know we haven't touched this one in a long time, but I've been in the mood to try out some of the different characters that we've kind of leveled a bit and then left along the way, so this is where we're continuing that journey today. It'd be really cool if this bridge was ever repaired. I'm not sure where it would lead us to exactly. There does seem to be maybe a trail. Maybe there was a pathway through the mountain that got caved in. Not really sure there. Could have been a way into Koldara. Maybe we'll get a glimpse on this side if there was an entry point. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything would have come through the mountain, so I don't know where that bridge would ever have really led. Interesting.
Hello. Safe travels. Have a good one.
Let's see, that's tanking shoulders. Which is still just going to be better than what we have, right? Yeah, I think we just take those.
See you around.
And we equip them, because they're going to be better than what we have.
Need help? Light bless you. Go with honor, friend.
And defense rating and hit gloves. Again, I don't know, I feel like the ones we have are probably more damage. I'm gonna go ahead and equip these anyway. Just to be like super inefficient about it. Okay, and we can go ahead and do a quick vendor here.
Hey there.
Let's pop these open first. If you don't stay on top of these little gift baskets, they will pollute your inventory with a bunch of items that you don't really need. Like, I don't think we need to be walking around with 3 stacks. I don't need the water. I don't need the mana. I don't need the intellect. I don't need the intellect. Again, I don't really need all the food. So there's that. We could probably, maybe we could sell the leather on the auction house. I doubt it sells for anything. I doubt it sells for more than 4 gold, which is what it vendors for stacks. So we'll check it out and see.
See you later.
Alright, well, that being said and done, where do we want to go next? We have this over here, the Sundered Chasm reading. We should probably fly over to Amber Ledge and get that one done. Here we go.
You need something? See you around.
That's the build we were working with, if you guys are interested in seeing it. And we also have come down here in maybe an attempt to get improved cleave. I have us in the queue for any dungeon that we are capable of doing at this level. Obviously, the same thing we kind of saw on the Rogue, there just aren't a lot of healers around. And that just is what it is. I don't see that problem ever getting better unless somehow healing becomes a lot more interesting or rewarding. I myself am now a retired healer who does not ever plan to heal a dungeon again. So there's that. Let's take the safe way down. We don't have cold weather flying. Pretty sure we can't get that until level 77 still. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while since I played at this level in Wrath. So I could be way off base. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's probably gonna be our spot to come back up. I hope we hit the water. That was close. Yeah, this is gonna be our spot to come back up, so let's remember this. I know the Kodo doesn't make us swim slower, but it sure feels like it must. How are my sound settings, I wonder? They should be good. They should be the same as on the human rogue. I think we're going down for this one. Don't know how close we have to be to the big gaping tear in the earth here. We have to be closer than that, it turns out. I don't know if I'd want to get closer to a big pink glowing rift. Oh, that's not it. The ledge we want is over here. That is not the ledges that we're looking for. For those of you guys who play Wrath of the Lich King at endgame and you raid and stuff like that, how is Warrior for DPS viability? Because it's really the only thing I want to do at this point. Is if I do anything at endgame or any dungeons or raids, I'm going to be dealing damage.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance. Light bless you.
I need to compile my notes to prepare a presentation for my colleagues in Dalaran. While I do, I must ask that you visit the Winterfin cavern to the north. You must use the Arcanometer while standing in the mouth of the cavern. Return to me at once when you have the data.
Be careful.
Alright, where is this one at? It is all the way up here. I feel like there's like Murloc stuff to do over that way. Did we ever do that Murloc stuff on the Paladin? I don't even think we did. I think we avoided it like the plague. I am not sure why. I remember why we did that. I guess I don't really like Murlocs, but we could probably do the quest anyway. We're going to be pressing the same buttons no matter what the premise of the quest is, ultimately. That's a thing to realize and think about. We got a couple of quests on the way. Put them to rest. The Honored Dead. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that stuff because I see the spirits that it's talking about here. We're gonna have to fight some of these Taunka. Now, these might be Horde-specific questing. I feel like the stuff... Yeah, the stuff to do with the Taunka, this is Horde-specific, so we would not have seen this on the Paladin playthrough. I'm trying to leash this guy. And then these guys too, I guess. It's impressive that he doesn't want to leash yet. There we go. Okay, so we have a broken down caravan. These guys are so slow, we're like catching them up on their way back to their spawn points.
How may I aid you, peace friend?
I always thought we should have got the Taunka as a playable race, and when they did the, when they started introducing new races, I was really shocked that we didn't get them.
Goodbye.
One of your orcs named Steeljaw tried to save some time by taking a shortcut through our burial grounds. This had better not be how the Horde normally acts, Tauren, or you will find the Taunka. The Taunka? I put an L in there for my whole life, that just isn't there, it's fine. I do that to words all the time.
Be careful.
The Taunka. Tuonka. You guys give me some pronunciation clues. Obviously, it's not a word that I've ever heard any human being speak out loud. Because, you know, I just read it. So, and I put random letters in it that don't belong, like an L. Tuonka. Tuonka.
Go forth to victory.
Our fallen deserve a hero's funeral, but we cannot bury them here on sacred Taunka ground. I'll not ask you to drag their bodies back here, but take this and head further into the cemetery. When you come across our dead caravan guards and workers, put them to the torch. Honor our dead, warrior. Alright.
Greetings. Fight well, friend.
Force Commander Steeljaw's idiocy caused this mess. What was he thinking taking a caravan through a Taunka burial mound? Still, what's done is done. Now it is up to us to deal with the consequences. Overlord Gorak asked me to help Longrunner Proudhoof in any way that I can. The Longrunner has asked that we lay to rest the spirits of his ancestors.
Strength.
That's fine. I guess we did disturb them by crashing our caravan here. I'm not sure how the caravan really crashed. What did it run into exactly? Did they tell us and I missed it? Well, getting back into pushing the buttons on the warrior seems pretty easy. I feel like I need a cooldown reduction on my charge. Those free executes that pop up when we don't actually have them in range of execute, those are incredibly powerful. Like, wow, 2400 just in the middle of the fight. This is insane. Why is that proccing so much? Is it because they're lower level than us? It's gotta be something like that, because that seems really, really overpowered. These guys are a few levels under us. That could explain it. We have to torch these guys. We need to be using our button here to put them to the torch. What would be nice for me to see, and maybe I can turn this on. I want to see floating combat text, reactive spells and abilities. I like seeing the pop-ups for that stuff. I would never really use an add-on to track that kind of thing. I don't like that kind of add-on, but I will definitely enable the in-game combat text to tell me. just have executes for days. It's baffling, but I like it. I wonder if I should be pulling more than one enemy. I mean, I probably should, right? It's Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I mean, we took quite a bit of damage doing that, to be fair. But I wasn't very efficient about it. We probably want to pop sweeping strikes a little bit sooner. Let's go ahead and get a bandage in. How are the professions on this guy? Oh, we tried and failed to level herbalism along with skinning apparently a long time ago. That's kind of useless. So we can skin, and that's all. We're a skinner, and that's all we are on this character. Not incredibly useful, especially if the economy is just flush with leather, which I'm sure at this point it is. This is the Mankrik server. So this is the same server that we're leveling the Blood Elf Mage on. Same server, so we keep all of our Horde Wrath characters on Mankrik, and most of our Alliance Wrath characters on Pagel, with the sad exception of the human Paladin, who got conned into going to the Fresh Start server of Maladath. So there's that. You have a quest we failed it. Well, how did we... What is this?
Hail. Go in peace.
Oh, wait. Was this some kind of escort? Still has Curse Spirit now haunts this place and disturbs the remains of my ancestors.
Ancestors.
Okay, we have to escort this guy. Ramblehoof is going to join us on our assault. Let us bring a peace to my ancestors. We're going maybe the opposite direction of the other quest. Okay, he's not moving at all. We strike, he yells. Okay, he did an about face, and now he's running this way. That's what we want him to do. So he's going to help us fight these guys, I guess? Maybe not. Maybe we're just going somewhere. Where are we going? We're going back here.
What brings you here?
And now we're standing. In ambush. In ambush. Okay, in ambush. I feel like that worked pretty well. We're still getting execute procs. That's pretty special. Regain your strength. The place where Steeljaw was felled is just ahead. Alright, we will do that. Can I burn some bodies here while you guys get your strength back? They are off to the races. They didn't wait long at all. You fought well. Now go north to your orc outpost and inform Overlord Borgarok of our success. So we're just going back. Well, that was a nice little quest. I wonder if they're going to have more for us to do, or if we're going to continue on to the north here. Suppose this is kind of our introduction to the Taunka. Just say it everywhere. Taunka trucks.
May your blades never dull.
Thank you, warrior. We are the Horde. We do not leave our dead behind. It should never have been necessary in the first place. Steeljaw was a fool.
Go with honor. Strength. Go forth to victory.
Alright, so some big chunks of XP. Let's head over this way, that way we can do the Winterfin cavern reading.
Stars guide
It's given you a conch to use upon Skaldar's remains.
you. Farewell.
Apparently there's just ground there, and I thought there was water. Swimming at solid ground won't get you anywhere. Skaldar is all the way down here in the deep. We have a gun. We could pull him up here, and I might do that as soon as we get in range. We've got an orca down here as well, and some murlocs. I didn't realize it, but he gave us water breathing also. We do have quite a few items for water. We have the Nagran cherries that I kept a hold of, which allows water breathing for 5 minutes if we ever need those. It's kind of a nice to have in my opinion. Especially when you're like me and you're not really a big fan of underwater quests and you often forget to look at your health gauge. Or your breath gauge, rather, in this case.
Peace be with you. Good luck, friend. Go in peace.
Now that you can speak with the Winterfin, it is time for you to let them get to know you. One of the best ways to do that is to conduct business with them. Collect 5 Winterfin clams and deliver them to a Murloc, whose name I am not going to try to pronounce. Okay, so clams. What are we looking for clams? Is this going to be a pick up off the seafloor type of quest? Feels like it might be. Then again, these guys are covered with a strange purple glow, and they seem to be able to drop the item, so let's fight them. At least the clams seem to be a 100% drop rate off of these guys. Okay, it was not a 100% drop rate. I cursed us by saying that. Now we have this guy. Let's go ahead and maybe we'll pop a potion here. Would be a good idea. He punted us quite far away. And down he goes again. Some underwater problems. Bad facing. Alright, there we go. That is 5 out of 5.
Greeting. Good luck, friend. Farewell.
I need to be pulling at least 2 guys if I have sweeping strikes available. I gotta get into the habit of that. Alright, the baby Murloc noises are kind of cute, okay? Fine, I said it. Alright, the kill quest is done. We just need to rescue a lot of tadpoles. Yeah, we're not close to being done here because we need a lot of tadpoles freed and we only have a few. This is one of the cages we already emptied, so there's not going to be anything here. There's got to be a lot more of these guys somewhere. What am I missing? We also have higher level characters swooping in and looting something. I'm not sure what it is that they're looting, but... there's nobody in this cage. Yeah, you see the level 80s that are like, they're swooping down, they're picking something up, and then they're moving on. And I'm not sure exactly what it is they're picking up. Winterfin clams, maybe? Are they trying to farm reputation or something with the item? I'm not sure. I do not know, but they are all over the place doing it. There's a couple of them. There's a mage and a death knight I've seen. We do need to go get that reading, and the reading I think is inside this cavern up ahead. So maybe we ought to head that way. Requires the seismic anomaly. Alright, I mean, I'm assuming it's not here at the front. Oh, it is at the front, yeah. I thought he said the front. Maybe what we just saw falling down was the anomaly. Not really 100% sure. We still need a couple of tadpoles. We can bust this cage back here. And that should work.
Go in peace. May the stars guide you.
You must be the so-called King Murgle's lackey. I suppose that night elf has sent you to appease me? Good, I have just the thing that needs doing for someone as powerful as you. If your pathetic little eyes were any good, you'd see that we're being slaughtered by the orca to the north in the bay. Assuming your precious night elf king wants his spare costume back, I think you'll do me a favor and bring back the head of the king of the orcas. He who swims against the tides of fate, eradicating the hope of life for all those who hear the siren song of death upon the waves. Be quick about it, Tauren. Winterfin Murlocs are losing their lives even as we waste time talking. And then what do you have? Word is strange, Tauren, that you might be going after the king of the orcas. That's all fine and good, but if you want to taste the stew that makes life worth living, then you'll bring me back the succulent blubber of the orcas that swim in the Glimmer Bay. So where's the big guy? Okay, he's gonna be out to the north. Perfect. So whatever buff they gave us has run out. I'm going to pop one of these Nagran cherries. That's going to give us 5 minutes of underwater breathing here. Probably enough to easily finish this quest. And there is the big guy, passing right in front of us. How perfect is that? Doesn't get much better timed than that one, does it? We could probably skin him. I don't see why not. Just some Borean leather scraps. I'm really thinking about going back and leveling up herbalism, and then maybe dropping leatherworking for alchemy. That's what if I were going to play this character long term, that's what I would do. I would go back, I would level up herbalism, and I'd probably drop skinning for alchemy. That way we can make our own potions, our own flasks, and stuff like that. My paladin in Wrath was a alchemist, so it worked out pretty well. Didn't have to worry about flask or potion cost. Just had to spend a little bit of time farming up mats. Very well, your king's secret is safe with me, as long as he'll continue to help us against our enemies. Take this to him, I cleaned it up nicely, though I have no idea why he needs a second disguise. Maybe he has something in mind for you. Maybe he does. It's probably a vehicle quest, where we control ourselves as a Murloc, which is just going to be a ton of fun, isn't it? Increase our haste rating. Why not? Why not increase our haste rating?
What brings you here?
Upon seeing the spare Murloc suit, the king rubs his costume appendages together. Nicely done. Now back to the pressing matter at hand. I've got something of great importance for you to do.
Go in peace.
The time has come to put an end to this unnatural situation, Ramblehoof. For the Winterfin Murlocs to have a chance at a future, Claximus must die. I want you to take my spare Murloc suit and enter the Winterfin cavern under the pretext of surrender. With the white flag in hand, the Murlocs won't attack you. You'll find him in the southernmost corner of the cave. Once you get close enough, deal with Claximus, bring me one of his claws as proof that the grisly deed has been done.
Farewell.
Yeah, he's a druid. He wouldn't want us killing this thing unless it was absolutely necessary. Apparently he's a night elf druid, which I did not know. That's what we learned from Murgle over that way. These quests actually aren't bad. I avoided them on the paladin for some silly reason. I just... Generally, you know, Murloc quests are kind of a pain. We all get kind of conditioned to, like, hate Murlocs because low level, especially classic vanilla era, Murlocs can be a pain in the ass and they can get you into a lot of trouble. How quickly they can run away, how quickly they can swim away. So I think we all develop just kind of a dislike for them. Unless you're one of the people who find them really, really adorable, which I am not. The babies were cute. The babies made cute little gurgling noises, yep. They got me there, but not in general. Murlocs don't got me in general. I generally dislike them. I mean, it's so fun seeing all the crits. I know it doesn't matter that much, but it's so fun when everything crits. That's kind of the joy of an Arms Warrior, is you get to see those big crit numbers. Sometimes you get to see a big miss, too. It's kind of par for the course. We've aggroed a little crab. He's apparently really... Okay. I thought he was really resilient for a minute. He wasn't dying. Are we in the right cave? That's... Yeah, I guess we must be. It must go a lot further back than I thought. Maybe an escort quest here? Keymaster and escape from the Winterfins. Let's check these out first. I'm not going to do an escort quest right now until we're on the way out, but one of them might not be... Escort him to safety. Not right this minute, buddy. Keymaster. I have to get out of these caverns. There's magic stuff seeping in from Caldera above and affecting everyone's minds. I don't intend to be controlled like these others. Keymaster Ermgirl is in the cave below and to the south. He holds the key to my cage. Get it from him and bring it back. Okay. So we can go below here to get the guy for his quest, but for the other quest I think we need to be up on the main level. Let's come down here really quick and check this out. Maybe we can knock this one out really fast. There he is. There's the Keymaster himself. We don't want to aggro him. That was really, really close. Let's pull over here a little bit. We'll pop a quick potion. And we'll take him out. We're going to have to craft some more bandages. Like, probably right now. Let's go ahead and make all 9 of these. We'll definitely need them. It's funny that, like, the one guy needs an escort and then this guy just runs off without him. Maybe they could have helped each other out of here. Alright, so for the next quest, I think we're going to go straight here instead of going down below. This will lead us further and further back into the caverns. And now on the way out, we will escort our buddy. And I think he's going to be a slow mover. Together we will fight our way out of here. Are you ready? I am ready. I am ready for you to move as fast as you possibly can. He's still not moving. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh yeah, he's going to go slow. Okay then, I kind of thought that for Wrath, maybe they had sped up some of the escort quests that they put into the game. Not retroactively, but just the new ones. Apparently that's not true. Because this guy is moving at a snail's pace. How far are we taking this guy? It looks like we only have to take him to the water's edge, so not very far. And that's probably for the best. I will say this. The fact that I have sat in the queue this long reinforces kind of this concept I have that nobody wants a DPS warrior. Nobody wants a DPS paladin. And they're never going to take those things as long as they have access to other classes. I don't know why it is, but I feel like predominantly it is that way. Now there are people who don't care what classes they take, and who would be happy to have a DPS warrior, but by and by, people putting their own groups together. That's the other thing about like people putting their own groups together and picking and choosing, is that people in the WoW community especially form biases against classes. And whether you do it actively or not, sometimes we subconsciously don't invite classes we don't care for. For instance, I do this. When I'm tanking, I don't want to invite a DPS warrior. I don't want to invite a DPS paladin. Why? Because they're going to need on my tank gear, probably. You know, and also there's this concept that people who play those classes sometimes aren't that good when they're playing them as DPS. I bet if I was in the queue as a mage this whole time, we would have gotten an invite to a dungeon. Don't ask me why, because I'm convinced that I could probably do more DPS on this character than on a mage. But that seems to be how it is. Which is a shame, because like I said, I will not tank. I will not tank. I'll tank low-level stuff. I will not tank endgame stuff, so I don't even really want to be in the habit of it in this expansion. I'm fine tanking low-level stuff. I don't want to tank raids. I don't want to tank the double heroics or whatever the mythic stand-in is for Wrath. I know they created like doubly hard heroic dungeons. I forget what the caveat was to be able to do them. Oh yeah, it's not an option you pick, it's something you have to do within the run. I think kind of like how hard modes are initiated in Ulduar. I think that maybe that's how you do the super hard. I wanted it just to be a switch. You know, like, hey, make my heroic dungeon more hard, please. Just make it more hard in general from the get-go and make the loot better. But I don't think it works like that. I don't think that's how they're... I even forget what they call the double heroics. We'll just call them double heroics. So they're not mythics. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I was super excited when I heard they were making those 5-man dungeons, and then I remember finding out how they implemented them and being like, yeah, that figures. They took something that was a really good idea and would have been awesome, and then because of the way they implemented it, it seems stupid. I never did any of them, so I don't really know from experience. But it really feels like we should have just been able to select from normal, heroic, or double heroic to queue up. But there's no switch for it, so you have to look for a group because there's something you got to do in the dungeon. Is it hard mode? No, that's the Ulduar stuff. So like, how would you even look for a hard mode heroic dungeon run? Just spam for it, I guess. Since there's no way to do it here. I mean, obviously we're not at max level yet, so it doesn't matter to us anyway.
Good luck, friend.
Let's see. What are we looking at here? We don't want any of this. Crossbow, no. Wait, do you have dodge stats? Dagger, no. Dagger, no. One-hand sword, no. One-hand mace, no. Two-hand mace, no. We'll take it to sell it.
May the stars guide you.
And that's about all it's going to be useful for. Speaking of selling, we have a vendor over here somewhere. You'll get full up on food and a bunch of other stuff if you're not careful and constantly vendoring. They will fill you up on everything they possibly can. Like we're about to pop all these boxes and get hit with a bunch more junk we gotta sell. Alright, that's pretty decent. And I guess we're done with these guys here. They don't have any more quests. The weird thing is, and maybe I'm thinking of a different expansion, I remember putting on a Murloc suit and going at it. Do we don't Murloc suit up? I'm not complaining. Because I'm fine with moving on, but for some reason I thought we Murloc suited up. Huh. Okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe I did part of it wrong. I don't know. We're not tracking any other quest in this area. We do have to return to this guy. Now, there's a flight point up here. I think I'm going to come up here and grab the flight point. That way we can fly back down to Amberledge. Oh, we're not going to be questing out of the airstrip this time because the airstrip is Alliance only, so we're going to be doing something different. I'll probably be focused more on reading the quests that are different than the Alliance ones. I know a lot of them are doubled up. But there are going to be times like now, we're not going to the airstrip, we're going to Borgarok Outpost. Which I have no memories of. So yeah, could be interesting. Couple of breadcrumbs here to start us off.
So.
Blood and Thunder, you've salvaged our newborn relations with the Taunka. Thank you for putting the situation to rights. Oh, probably nothing. trinket? Crit strike trinket?
Strength.
What do our trinkets look like? Hit rating is good. Defense rating is not. We don't need that right now. There we go. Perfect.
Greetings.
The Mystic knows. You say he left that something horrible. You say he felt that something horrible. Robert speaks, take 2. You say he felt that something horrible happened to Farseer Grimwalker? It is as I feared.
Farewell.
I must find out what happened to my master, Farseer Grimwalker. Earlier, he was observing the Magnetar at the nearby Magmoth, but one of his grunts just returned, saying that the group had been crushed, and that the Farseer was dragged into the depths of the place. Before I send you on a suicide mission, I wish to consult with the spirits to learn more. There is an air elemental known as Empyrean in the ruins of Eldranath to the west. She is wise, and may give you the information we seek.
Strength.
She is wise? Is she also like omniscient? Can she just see faraway places, people, and events? Okay, I guess that's what we're doing here. That being said, I'm going to fly back down to Amberledge really quick. And we're going to get that one turned in and wrapped up. And then we'll have the flight point to come back out here.
Hey there. Walkie talkie.
Yeah, guys, I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun on the Warrior. You know, I love the class, I love pushing the buttons. I had a little, like, emotional falling out with the Warrior when we first came here to Northrend. I don't remember what spec we were or what was going on with us at the time. I think we were either Protection spec when we started or we were Fury. And I remember just all of a sudden not vibing with the character at all, basically as soon as I got him off the boat. And it could have just been that we had played the crap out of Northrend content already, getting our paladin to level as quickly as we really could. And it could just be that I was burned out on the Wrath content. That could honestly be what it was. But it could have been our build too, it could have been anything. It's nice to be back though. You know, like I said, the one thing that worries me is just that concept that nobody really wants a DPS warrior in their group, and I don't really want to be that guy. That's kind of my worries about it. Now, if we had a guild around us, a guild of ramblers, then I would play whatever I wanted, and it would matter to me less. But when it comes to playing with strangers and relying on people to invite me to groups, you know, the DPS warrior might not get a lot of invites, unfortunately.
Honor, friend. For the Alliance.
Alright, guys, we are going to take a break here for today. It has been a blast. I am curious to know what you guys think about the Tauren warrior. And maybe about your own experiences grouping at N level. Are there classes you don't invite? Have you ever been on a class that you felt like nobody wanted in the group? Let me know. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back here in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.